Hello again, future audience. I am Shaggy. I am Philalitea. Tonight we return to Final Fantasy III. I am very tired. I've clocked 8 or more hours at the fountain or here and playing games for you guys. 8 or more hours for many, many days in a row now, which was the goal. I wanted to get to a point where I couldn't get away for 8 or more hours because of my work history. I have been bit on the ass in 3 places by a mosquito. I don't know how that's possible, but given the opportunity to be bit on the ass by anything, I would recommend passing where I am. Just between us. Man, man, I sit there. It's gonna always have pressure on me. That's horrible. Anyway, 8 or more hours is the goal. This last 2 hours is already paid for and provided for by Mr. S, who is alive. Thank God. Um, my anxiety could not have fucking handled one of you guys disappearing on me right now. Um, not one of you who have been donating. And not about the money. My stupid ass would take it. What have I did? What did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? And there's no way to know. So just thank God I haven't done or said anything. And thank God none of your lives has taken you away. Just thank God. I mean that. Bit on the NO5 by a mosquito too. I know in that one. That one happened this morning while I was playing. Game. Anyway, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're looking for. I don't know where we're going. I know that all the places that I know of to go that we can have yet to explore are the last time we were there, high level. But yeah, I'm tired. That's basically what I'm trying to say, is that I am grateful for the work. I am grateful that the fountains I literally can't walk away from. I don't feel like I can walk away even to pee. And um, I owe a debt of gratitude to everyone who participates in the fountain, especially when I did eventually have to step away from the microphone for a while. The chat amused itself to keep people from scrolling away. And that right there, man, that's that's the greatest compliment that a live performer can have. You step away, amuse yourselves for a moment, and then a couple people step up, juggle, keep the crowd going. This, guys, is my dream. This is what the tavern looked like in the pre-modern world. This is what the Great Depression looked like. This is how we got through all of the hardest times in human history. Final Fantasy III, King Cloud. Good guess. Final Fantasy III. The jobs made that a good guess. And so this is. I was asked today, I believe by Gina, who's also requested that I. Um, yeah, Barrage with the Ranger is totally OP. Yeah, multi-cloud. Yep, you gotta grind your ass off. Yep, absolutely. This game starts with it. Um, one of the things I've been kind of passively talking about is that this game, this game has balance issues that five fixes. But this game, it also has its own charm uh, that I'm discovering that I didn't know it had. The early Final Fantasies are so good, man. Uh, I'm also playing 7 and giving it that same Final Fantasy 5 as your favorite. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. 5, I have a deep affinity for the mechanics of 5. 6 is my favorite, but 5 is right there. It's the one that I want to play the most. 5 is the one I most want to play. And yeah, I'm playing, yeah, Butts. I know him as Bart's, but that's cool. Yeah, it's your dude. I love that. I love that, man. That's so great. That's so great. I've been talking about how 7 really suffers, and I haven't been playing 7 properly all these years. So I've changed and I've adapted and I like it a lot more. They're all insane. Yeah, the FF8 graphics were 20 years ahead of their time. It sounds like you're old enough to have played these games as a youth or when they were first released. And 8 was a marvel. Literally, we marveled at it. All the spells sold here were restored from ancient text by Master Doga himself. 33. Yeah, I'm 38. Why did it? Okay, I thought the town was not this way. What can I do for you? Ooh, you sell level 3 spells that I don't need. That's cool. What can I do for you? You sell summons that I should have. Hey, Angela. Welcome back. It's great to see your profile. I don't remember what you told me your pup's name was, but how's his health? How's he doing? I don't know this game. I like to remind the audience that I do not know this game inside and out. I don't know it very well at all. Yeah, you watched Weapons? Don't spoil it. Not yet, but what did you think? Did I oversell it? That's cool, Noah, that you have the Nintendo Switch too. Yeah, same. King Cloud. Over grinding games makes them hard to revisit. I'm doing my best with these Let's Plays of these games. We're playing Final Fantasy III, Laura. I'm doing my best with these to focus on the narrative and not grind at all until I run into a wall where it's like, okay, we are just not powerful enough. I'm doing my best, but I don't know this game well enough to know where the next narrative gate is. Noah, I can't afford a Switch 2 or a regular Switch right now, but in the future, that's something that I would love to work toward, buddy. It keeps you guessing the whole time. That's right. What can I do for you? Aha! Level 4 spells. Oh, well, I got excited. Recommendations as far as new movies? I don't. I am doing my very best. Emily Strange. Um, I haven't watched any recent movies. If you haven't watched The Viking, I think is what it's called. It's a Skarsgård movie where he plays a Viking. The movie itself is based on the myth that Hamlet is based on. As far as almost monetized King Cloud, I'm 60% of the way as far as my subscriber count. And then I will know better in 3 or 4 days as far as my watch hours. The next time I look at my watch hours, they're going to have exploded. My July watch hours were 500 for the month. It may be very violent, Angela, but so was Weapons. So I'm sensitive to violence, so I like to warn people about that. The Viking was awesome. It was very violent in parts, but it was awesome to watch. Especially if you've ever wanted to know what an acid trip actually feels like when the people around you and the environment are proper. Um, but I'm with the support of this channel, I've been wanting to get back. I hear you, King Cloud. I try not to do that, but it is something that is on my mind. Thank you for the tip to remind passersby that, hey, if you like this at all, before you leave, hit that subscribe button is something I need to say. Thank you for the heads up. I don't like to. I did notice that the DVD, that was a major that put a big smile on my face. And that dude goes, "Oh, neat," and actually thinks to call it out. I really liked that a lot. Yeah, there were a lot of little homages like that to classic cinema, classic now, right? 80s cinema, and I really appreciated that. As somebody who doesn't watch a lot of 80s cinema, that I was able to catch them means that, yeah, Willow was a great movie. Means that other people who like that stuff would be able to catch it, and I could listen to them nerd out about the stuff that I missed. I asked that earlier today, whether we had lost, if I was right that we had lost Val. Thank you for the RIP there. Yeah, RIP Val Kilmer. He was one of my heroes growing up. Him and Christian Slater, man. I was a huge Christian Slater fan. You might not believe that looking at me or listening to me talk. I didn't get to watch a lot of his movies, but that movie, Heavy Rain or Hard Rain or whatever, yeah, Tombstone and Real Genius are movies I know I'm supposed to have watched. I just haven't. It's, hey Connor, it's not anything against the movies or the people that like them. I just haven't got around to them because I don't go and watch movies. I watch movies when friends, family, loved ones put them on. And I just never fell in love with a Western fan. My dad, my dad was a spaghetti Western guy, and so going and revisiting those is dad stuff that I just haven't heard. That King Cloud Internet Archive. No, I don't. Thank you for swinging back around, Connor. Yeah, it was a really nice experience to accidentally watch a good movie. Yeah, to just sit down and watch a movie that made me go, okay, that's why people love movies. That was an awesome experience. That's how I felt about weapons. That's kind of what we're talking. That's not kind of what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. That's one of the things I'm talking about. Heard that. Thank you for the love, DJ Arco. I am outside. I'm in a tent. I didn't catch the username there. My comments don't stay on my screen for very long. But thank you for the love. And I am outside. I'm in a tent. I'm screencasting off of my phone. Um, and rather than asking for subscriptions, what I prefer to do is thank the people that make this possible. I listened to a lot of radio as a child. Um, the tricks to staying cool are a lot of what you see uh, people doing in pre-modern societies. You want to stay out of the sun. You want to stay out of direct sunlight, and you want to wear clothes that breathe. So you want to stay away from cotton. All of my clothing right now is moisture wicking, so it pushes the moisture up to the top of the surface of the clothing so that it can evaporate. You want to stay in wind. I have a little battery operated fan and water. You just don't drink anything but water. I drink one Mountain Dew a day. Sometimes I drink a second one. And yeah, I have a little battery operated fan. The battery is corroding. The battery compartment is corroding. Um, but yeah, I'm good as far as all of that. And so I have a little battery pack. I say a little battery pack. It's a battery that would allow me to that not would has allowed me to go live without charging my phone at an outlet for two full days, 2 full 8-hour days. So that was provided to me along with my new shoes, which are still amazing. Haven't started to fall apart yet. Um, those were provided to me by Alec Smith and Mr. S, who um, is enjoying his weekend, and thank God for that. My stupid idiot brain, I talk to him every single day and have for months, and then I didn't hear from him yesterday, and my idiot brain is like, he's dead. He's dead. You're never going to talk to him again, and he's dead. I will get out of here someday. I draw $88 a month from Patreon, and that provides for my, frankly, it provides for my weed and nicotine. And then food, you asked me what I do about food. I provide for my food on donations. So if Gina is still here in the chat, she's bought me lunch. Nuestra, all of the people who are named here on the screen, Alec, Mr. S, Kyle, Nuestra, they've bought me lunches or other supplies for the tent at various times. Um, and then, like, my guy, I finally learned his name today. His name is Connor. My guy Connor has been buying me lunches at Panera, where I charge my phone and do my bathrooms. Heard that, Angela. Um, and what was I gonna say? He's been buying my lunches, and I come up there because I've made money in tips, and he's working. He's been buying my lunches, which I never ask him to do, and I never think he's going to do. So he did that today. Um, so I got to eat at Panera, and then my I cannot pronounce that. I don't know what the name of that script is, but it's nice to see your profile picture. Please don't say anything racist. It looks badly on me for not knowing that's what it is. Um, my guy Connor uh, at not Connor Linder. My guy Connor, who works at the Panera that I frequent, and that's what I was trying to say is they have a subscription program that I should sell called Sip Club. They're not a sponsor. They don't buy my lunches on purpose. But Panera offers a program called Sip Club where for $15, it's 15 and change, 26 I think, every month after tax for me. Uh, and you get a free drink every 2 hours with it, and then you also get coupons. So like today I had a $5 off coupon. I've also got a free dessert next time I order a sandwich. I've got a free one of their expensive mixed drinks. I'm gonna try coming in here again and see if this kicks my ass again. Last time we were here I got my ass kicked. No, not Connor Linder. It's a really good bargain, actually, King Cloud, because their fountain drink and coffee is $1.99. So a free one every 2 hours. If I were coming in, having a drink, sitting, leaving, coming back, that's a $4 day, and $15 for a month is 50 cents. So every time I go and get a new drink, the price of the drinks actually goes down. It's an incredibly good deal, and it was recommended to me by management there at the store this winter so I could stay out of the cold and charge my phone. Yeah, yeah, you go up there and ask for 5 cups a day. You're really all you're paying for is the plastic at that point. Yeah, and I did do that on days where I had errands to do. I would go into the Panera at open, sit and have a coffee, and then go do my errands, hit the bus, do my errands, get food at the soup kitchen, and then come back to the Panera and get another coffee or a water or whatever, and chill out. They've been very cool, very good to me, and on some level, you could describe it as they've been celebrating my ability to generate an income by buying my lunches or whatever they're doing. Um, and they've taught me a lot, actually, because what I used to say is, you don't have to do this, guys. I have the money. And Connor finally told me, I know. And so I stopped saying that when people donate to the channel. And so uh, respect for others and self-respect. And so that's what my channel is about, is demonstrating that, yes, I'm homeless, and so that seems to come from a place of a certain amount of self-disrespect, but I choose to do this as a religious person and as a monastic. So I'm not a monk technically, but as a monastic um, is the way I say it. And so my sip club has actually been paid for about 7 months by people leaving me gift cards, just strangers anonymously leaving me gift cards. And now I'm pretty certain that the strangers leaving me gift cards are actually customers. I will. I make $88 a month off my Patreon. People are finding value in what I do, at an increasing rate every day. I went from I went from barely more than 70. I think I was at 82 and hemorrhaging subscribers when Mr. S injected funds, but enthusiasm into my work. And since then, I've climbed at an incredible rate. I got 82 the other night because a young lady named, a user named Melanie Dreams, was cheering people on to get me to 500. And then I've averaged 50 a day since then. It has been an absolutely, I really appreciate that, Connor. I didn't react to it, but I really appreciate the subscription. Um, it has been an absolutely wild ride the last 2 weeks. One that I staved off for as long as possible because I knew I wasn't emotionally prepared for it and that I would end up hurting somebody's feelings. And so I have practiced at small scale for about 10 months, and it is blowing up, and I'm ready for it finally. And I just could not be more proud of the community of people that I've assembled. It really feels like assembling a crowd, not a crowd, um, a community of people. Eventually, YouTube will let me turn on my community, uh, and when I do that, I can start to use my channel to support and spotlight the people who support me, and that's gonna feel like winning. People tell me I'm a loser, but that's for me is gonna feel like winning. Um, I wouldn't say, no, I would say I've sold my guy Oh my God, KJ McDonald is an author, and together he and I have sold 100 of his books over the course of the last 4 days, and I just could not be more stoked about that. Um, that to me is succeeding. I developed the ability to sell water to a fish working as a server in hospitality, and I would rather, we're playing Final Fantasy 3, Connor. I would rather sell your work than some garbage made in a corporate factory any day, because that garbage sells itself. And selling an independent author's novel is the most difficult thing actually in the economy. And so I'm more proud of that than anything I ever did for United Dairy Farmers or McDonald's or any of those fuckers. Oh, that's why I'm not healing. I'm like, fuck, why am I not healing Noistra? Because I keep forgetting to. I call that character a female just because. You're up to date with the NFL. That's great, Connor. You can help me. You can help me practice during the day. This is about letting my brain wind down. You mean like no, I don't know that I've ever written down the things that I hope for. I think that I believe in magic. Um, Giants are winning. No, that's great, Connor. I wasn't asking you to stop. I was telling you you can help me practice when I'm more awake. Shit. I have a magic key in here somewhere. I thought. Balls. No, you got nothing to be sorry for, buddy. I'm not upset or anything. Establishing boundaries doesn't mean I'm upset. There it is. Just letting you know that I'm tired in a real way. Isn't anything you have to be apologizing for or be sorry for. Okay, I could have done that in a very different way than what I did. I'm still learning. Oh no, I'm still learning what this game wants from me, and I didn't know that was going to happen. So I get to waste that on some people's minds. Okay, so King Cloud, I hear what you're saying. Yes, that works for people. It works for people. But I believe in magic, the kind with a K. Hey, welcome around, Ghost Samurai. Um, I believe in magic, the kind that has a K, and God damn it to hell. Um, and in that worldview, in that system of belief, writing things down is a spell, is creating a talisman. And so on some level, I'm afraid to write down my dreams and for someone to be able to steal them. And now that is pathology that will take me all night to unpack. because a lot of people have stolen my dreams in the past, but legitimately tried to steal my dreams for their own. Yes, I am Connor, playing this on my phone. Mr. S bought me a tripod and a PlayStation 4 controller. He also bought me a microphone that I immediately lost. So, uh, I'm moving slow and asking for further technological uh, investments, because if they're small enough, I will absolutely lose them. So that does work. It's proven to work. Uh, Thank you, King Cloud. That I do feel like a badass for my setup. I play in public, and I see a lot of young people in their early 20s or younger, who see my setup and go, "God damn, that's a good idea." I watch them breathe it mouth it under their breath. Yes, goes Samurai. Magic is very real, and so I'm very careful. Xbox Series S, that's cool, Connor. I haven't had a real console since the PS4, so that's cool that you have the modern, uh, current gen consoles. I do think that's cool. I do think that's aspirational. A lot of people today, especially people in my income bracket, will give you a lot of shit about it, but I think it's cool, even if they sit on the shelf as art pieces, because they're frankly art pieces now. I'm not jealous of you. I think that's cool and aspirational. They absolutely can do that, King Cloud. And so I'm trying very hard. Well, he's in Africa, he's in Nigeria, King Cloud, so people are still hunting you on foot over in that part of the world. He's lived a very different life than the one I have. How long do you think I can get away with not turning Mr. S? Not turning him back into a thief. Like if I turn him back into a hunter, am I going to immediately be turning him into a thief the next room I walk into? Am I going to be going, God damn it, nothing to steal? I knew that was coming. Pap, 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 pap. I love that in this game you can dual wield staffs. I just think that's so funny. I'm curious because I just finished playing the second Final Fantasy. How does chat feel about the second Final Fantasy? I'm a. It's good to see you around. This is my favorite franchise, Connor. I would highly recommend playing them in order from 1 to 6, and then 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 especially, and then everything after 10 are very different kinds of video game. Now, do remember to be sensitive, Ghost, and bear in mind that I'm very tired. Hey, that's cool, Connor. Doesn't need to be your cup of tea. It's visually very appealing. That's why I'm live streaming it. Yep, I knew it. If I left that bad, Madden is my shit, bro. When the chat is dead and I want to play a video game, but I don't want to do it alone, I play Retro Bowl. I love football. Love football. If I had it, I would be playing Madden right now. And NBA 2K, that's cool. The NBA is not a game that I know at all, but I want to learn it. So if you're a super fan, um, please don't feel disinclined to talk about what's going on. I won't understand, but I will try to ask informed questions. I made friends with some baseball fans doing that one time in my life. So if you come into me for life advice, this is something I'm mindful to do. For those of you who watch The Fountain and notice that this is a different kind of show, I try to give life advice while I play these games when I think of it. If you're going to follow me and listen to me for life advice, just ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask a stupid question, because if you genuinely don't know the answer and you're talking to somebody who you think might know the answer, it's not a stupid question. And if you remember and you build on your questions so they become informed questions, what you're doing is called learning. And asking questions from an expert is the most efficient way to learn anything. dialectic with somebody who deeply knows what the fuck they're talking about is the most efficient way to learn anything. That is why I do the fountains, so I can ask you guys about what you know, because some of you know shit that I never would have come across. Did I not learn that level 4 spell? This isn't gonna do much, but I want to see what it looks like. It's probably not even gonna get to cast this turn. Oh, hey, nice. Yes, I want to be a fan of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I want to be a fan of Shohei because he's playing for free. He's playing for free, and I think that's the coolest shit possible. I would like to be his. I would like to know him. I would like to get to know him as a human being because I admire the fuck out of that. Yes, I have $10,000. We did it, guys! I found Noah's loot! It turns out that last night I just needed to put in 3 hours of grinding before I came into this dungeon. I'm very excited about this for those of you who haven't been watching. I was starting to get really bummed out with myself that I couldn't find this fucking thing. It's also playing Opeth in my ear, which is pretty cool. That was a joke for my metal fans. It's playing lute music in my ear. And it'll stop eventually so that we can move on with the visual stimulation. But yeah, Top G, I loved a girl very much. Right now, yes. Collections hits up my email every day. Orchid is a good album. Wow, King Cloud, you went all the way back. You went back to when Opeth Sucks was a meme. I'm legitimately impressed with you, sir. Usually people who are younger than me, younger than I am, I uh, I give a little. I loved her very much, Connor. Don't make my mistakes. I loved her very much. I would do it again. So don't make my mistakes. If you're coming to me for life advice, I need to get. I loved a woman. I'm not going to say her name. I loved a woman very much, and I took out a credit card so I could give her a good life. Um, and I'm glad that I did. But I am in severe debt now because of it, and that's not why I don't have a job, and that's not why I'm doing this, and I don't want you guys to pay my debt. Uh, that's I don't even spend my donations. She she loved other men more than she loved me, Connor. Um, I don't even spend my donations on my Cash App debt. I spend the money that I earn separate from this on Cash App, on my Cash App debt. That's how I paid for my tent. Don't be sorry, man. It was years ago. That may or may be true, may not be true, you know. This is a great game. I'm going to pronounce that Monaghan. Remember, Gabe, that first impressions are everything. What I know about you now is you're the person who's inclined to say hurtful things. Actually, I don't even remember what hurtful thing you said. You didn't even have to apologize. Uh, Heard that, Angela. Um, I'm uncomfortable with hugs because of childhood trauma. And so kisses are a little bit beyond the pale, but I appreciate you guys trying to make good on what appeared to be my hurt feelings. Yeah, I can't moderate the chat, so we're just gonna have to hope they move on. Yeah. This is also a show where we're not gonna troll bash or bop. I'm not going to. If you guys want to, I don't mind, because the chat's actually fucking working, and so I'm not gonna mess with what is a working thing right now. Thank all of you for being here. I can't see my analytics right now. It seems like there are a lot of you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I am told all the time, and I agree. I'm just a guy. Yeah, I'll go to bed around midnight Eastern, Connor. I'm told all the time that I'm just a guy, and I am just a guy. And so that you guys are willing to hang out, literally, you're just chilling with some guy. The time right now is approaching 10 p.m., I think. I'm not sure. I'm literally afraid to touch my phone screen. It just crossed 10 p.m. You're in the central time zone, Connor? Indiana? I shouldn't guess. Fuck, how did I get down here, guys? Nobody has to answer that in the chat. I've just never had a chat that might know before. And I've always wanted to do that. It's 10 where you're at, Angela? You're here, Eastern Standard? I don't want to fight this shit. I don't want to fight this fight. Chicago? Heard that, Connor? You're just west of me. I feel like you've probably told me that already today, that you're in Chicago. I don't want to fight this fucking fight. That's kind of what the combat music sounds like. That's what you know. Heard that, buddy. You're in Central. Central Standard. CST is how that's abbreviated. You haven't told me that? Heard that. That means I was talking to somebody else from Chicago today. My brain is fried. I'm not trying to. Do you believe in the Chicago Mothman? I don't know why my brain went there. It's after dark. I'm allowed to ask that question. For the record, the Chicago Mothman is bullshit. But do you believe in it? If you believe in it, I would like to know why without interrogating you. Hey man, it's about practice, buddy. Ghost, it's all about practice. We don't have experience until our first time. Heard that, Connor. It's not a thing within Chicago. Thank you for indulging my idiot question. And I acknowledge that it was an idiot question. How many times is this door going to be fucking locked? Relocking doors are some bullshit, yo. If you have to unlock them every time and you've got the magic keys, that is some Dragon Quest bullshit that I will not tolerate. I'm not remembering your name right now. Was it Cloud? I can't see it on screen. I can't, if I even look at my chat the wrong way, it will break. Heard that, Connor. You live in Houston. Central. It's Central, buddy. Any further west of you and you're in the Western Standard. Oh, no. Uh, I don't remember what I was going to ask you. Fucking A. This kept happening last time we were here. But I think I have this. Oh, no. It doesn't work for the whole party? Well, bummer. Viking is a little bit OP. Like, Viking is a little bit necessary for the way I play this game. Damn, what was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you some trivia about one of the other games, but not. It wasn't trivia, something trivial. I've never played Roblox. I hear they're in the news. I had a guy in my chat earlier today who was trying to get that conversation started. Angela, me, I'm 38. I was born in 87, so I have no memories of the 80s. How the fuck did I get here? I should probably just open the map, but I need these. Fucking shit, I need these fights. If you don't like the language, I am sorry if you're sensitive to it. If we're a little young for my profanity, I've tried to keep it in all day. I really have. I've tried to be an adult. By my estimation, what I would esteem an adult version of Vincent. Shaggy, if you prefer. Son of a gun, I'm lost. I was talking last night, the whole time, last night, and yesterday, in fact, just basically all day yesterday about how I needed to do this, get lost in a dungeon in one of these. I have done acid. I've done a lot of acid. 80? Heard that, Angela. I'm the generation of millennials who graduated between 2003 and 2007. I graduated in '05. Fuck. I didn't see those last two comments. I'll catch them the next time somebody hits me. I actually find generational data, Angela, I find generational data extremely predictive as far as likes, dislikes, personality types. I find it extremely predictive. Not not perfect, but very predictive. Especially for people older than me when there were fewer things to base your identity around. Today did want to go fast, Gina. Heard that, Connor. Thank you for repeating yourself so I could see it after a few seconds. Ah, damn. I brushed up against some poison ivy on my right wrist. Either that or my scar is agitated. Deadbeat's gonna be annoyed with me for that. I don't know when that or where that would have happened. To play foot or to watch football? Heard that, buddy. I appreciate you being here, man. I'm never gonna fault any of you guys. Ever. I'm never gonna fault any of you for having lives. I don't have Hulu, big guy. If that was condescending, I'm sorry. It goes by fast when you're having fun, and I was having a blast. I got back to the tent and I lay down and I was like, boy, I could go to sleep right now. And then I didn't. Uh yeah, Brian. The plot is a Cthulhu story, sort of. I don't want to spoil it for you. I've got all of my. Yeah, I've either brushed up against poison ivy or I'm allergic to something. I'm breaking out in hives in my mouth, too. NFL Network, I do have. I have the NFL Plus super expensive package. I don't play Fortnite, buddy. Um, but yeah, I have the whole uh, everything that I've played up to now. I think I'm 10 hours deep, and it is kind of a horror game. It's an existential threat game, and then I could watch the game. I'm gonna figure that out, how I can watch and or listen to the games, and communicate what I'm hearing as I'm listening. King Cloud, is it not? Does it not? Is it oriented vertical? I set the it has an option to be horizontal and I click it every time and then it crashes on its way to turning on sometimes and sets itself vertical. There's nothing I can do at this point, man. I hate that. I bitch at YouTube about it every day. They've got the chat working, so they'll get that figured out in the next week or two. I'm confident of it. Everything that I bitch about on shorts or in these lives, they've gotten figured out within a few days of me bitching about it. That's consistently true. Yeah, those bums. Yeah, I genuinely, King Cloud, I think I'm the only person on the app. Yeah, Connor, I mostly stream. This is Final Fantasy 3, Tony. I appreciate that it's hard to see. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, $1 trillion company, but I legitimately think I'm the only person using the app in the way that I am. Um, I would have to restart the stream and hope it worked better. I'm playing it on my phone, Tony, and it might have to do with whether you've got your phone on automatically to switch to horizontal when you turn your phone horizontal. Because sometimes I have people tell me that it works just fine and they don't understand what I'm talking about. You're playing Tactics for the GBA. Is that the is that Tactics Advanced or the original Tactics remastered for the Advance PlayStation? I have a PlayStation emulator. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of it has an occult theme. Yes, especially the spot we're in. We're in a sunken temple, um, hiding an ancient artifact that will seal a goddess from a time before time. Tactics and I have a we have a. I'm really sorry, King Cloud. I we have a strained relationship. Let's put it that way. It is so fucking slow. Yeah. It's so slow, and the all of the ports that they've done haven't changed the speed of the game. Okay, we're about to hit a narrative section, and I read these, I perform these, but the Tactics remaster is supposed to be really good. Hey, Greenie, Perdette, you're about to hear me voice act. I'll do this parrot first. Squawk! Noah's loot! Is that Noah's loot? Wake up, Unai! The sonorous strumming of the lute reverberated around the room and passed into the world of dreams. This Fortnite's way too fast and competitive for me now, man. I'm just not that good. I don't have very good dexterity. My left hand is shattered. I got 2 viewers for doing the voice. It's playing the music in my head. If you guys have ever played Ocarina of Time, you can just kind of imagine what's going on here. It's playing an extended musical section because Nobuo Uematsu is a genius. Thank you for counting them, Cloud. King Cloud. I'm just going to call you Cloud if you don't mind. I can remember that. I can't, for whatever reason, remember the King part. Squawk! Unai's awake! Unai's awake! Squawk! And now it's doing the ba 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 ba, which is so much better than Zelda's puzzle completed noise. That was a nice nap. Come here and sit on my shoulder, sweetie bird. Yes, ma'am, squawk. I'm still a bit stiff from such a long sleep. Gotta shake off the cobwebs. Hey, Connor. Okay. She's a lot more athletic than we are. Ha ha, the name's Unai, overseer of the world of dreams, at your service. That's what I think women sound like, by the way. I can't see that. Give me just a second. I got an achievement. I've been asleep so long I hardly know what to make of the world nowadays. Oh my, the real world is impressive, don't you think? But enough about that. Doga managed to reach me in my sleep and told me all about you and what Zandy has done. They do. That's their move back then, King's Cloud. It's adorable to me. First things first, we need a ship strong enough to transport us up and over the mountain ranges. We should find what we're looking for in the ancient ruins to the north. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's be off. You coming with? What? Are you embarrassed to go on an adventure with a venerable old mage like me? No, that's not what I thought not. Well then, shall we? Unai, join the party. I don't actually know whether that's a woman or not, but it is in my canon. My head canon, that's the old witch lady from Block Cauldron. Oh dear, I almost forgot. Here. Obtain the Fang of Fire. What's this? Oh, what's this? It's another of the elemental fangs you've been collecting. With this, you should have 3 in total. Only with all 4 fangs can you hope to get past the statue Zandy is guarding his tower. In order to find the final fang, the Fang of Earth, you'll need a formidable ship. Don't dawdle. Receive the Fang of Fire from Unai. Yeah, Madden Mobile is something I've considered, Connor. Yeah, I've considered it. I haven't got around to it yet because nobody suggested it. So, you hear what I'm saying, I hope. Okay, I didn't read a word she said with comprehension. Where did she tell me to go? She said Fang of Fire from somebody. I remember that part. So not in there. Yeah, the final boss of this game is fucking sick. This game, everything this game puts you through as far as balance issues are absolutely the fuck worth it for the final fight. Okay, I have to go to it. Oh wait, no, it is. The Invincible can fly over mountain ranges. You need that ship if you're gonna find the Fang of. Come along. We're off to the ancient ruins. The fuck is that, lady? I don't know where that is. Yeah, this came out in 90. Isn't that cool? There it is. Oh, what? That's a weird place for something to be. I've been here before. I'm really not good at this stuff. The proprioception, the map, all that. I always had my little brother do it. Is it here? You got to take the canoe down the. Anyway, I want to go in here and I need to hit an N. I need to make. I drink one 32-ounce Mountain Dew a day, Top G. That's how much caffeine I drink. You have it in a box? That's so cool, Angela. What did I want to do? Why did I come in here? Where's my brain again? Okay. Yeah, Kefka's cool too. Oh, but I'm not gonna need drugs to fall asleep. Hey Eric, as soon as I turn this off, please be cool, Eric. As soon as I turn this off, I'm gonna fall asleep and I'm gonna wake up 8 hours later and I'm gonna feel sore, but it's gonna be awesome. Welcome, Eric. I don't remember who I yelled at or asked the question of, but you remind me of the person that I asked. You didn't do anything, Eric. I was just asking you to be cool, man. Um, you remind me, and just telling you, because I love everyone. You remind me of the guy. Hey, I needed these. That I asked one time if he was diagnosed with anything that I should be aware of, so I can predict his mood swings, his behavior patterns. I don't know if you do those highs to introduce yourself again to me, or to just say hi to everybody new that's introduced themselves in chat, or if you're about to say something other than that. But you don't have to do the hi to introduce. Yeah, Eric. That's fair, Connor. Um, I hope you appreciate Eric. Eric is cool. That's what I'm saying. That you're unpredictable. I haven't been able to figure out your personality yet. Muster up a mood swing? I don't know what that means, King Cloud, but that's funny to me. Muster up a mood. Like if I could just get up the energy to have a different mood. Okay, this isn't where it is. Uh, I wish I had bothered to remember that I was gonna have to double back to this spot. Yeah, please appreciate, Eric, that I remember you, and I don't remember you for anything particularly negative. I was just kind of joking. Ray Orbison, great to make your acquaintance. Roy is probably the famous one, so I probably made a mistake there. But we're playing Final Fantasy 3. I do not play fantasy football, Connor. I would if I had friends. If I had friends who did, I would. I don't know what that emoji means, Eric. That might be what I remember about you, is that you use emojis I don't know what they mean, and then you won't tell me what they mean. Is that a peanut? A potato. I heard that, Eric. Are you Irish? Um, as far as just joining a group, you can, Connor. You can. Heard that, Connor. As far as the 25%. Polish. Heard that, Eric. Heard that. Oh, this fight is a bitch. This is going to take me a minute to get through. Like a snazage. Heard that. I like hot dogs. I don't love sauerkraut. I know that's a German thing, but just hear me out. I appreciate that, Eric. Oh no. What am I looking for? You guys know I said it out loud. I'm glad you like it, Cloud. I can't. I can't with kraut. It's good for you. I don't love it. Maybe I shouldn't have said I don't like it. I don't love it. Yeah. It's taken me a really long time to learn how to deal with the texture of sausage. The skin freaks me out. Sauerkraut is also kimchi. Heard that. Similar preparation methods. Let me handle this rock. I also love lasagna. If I demolish an obstacle in the dream world, it'll get rid of the real one in the real world, too. Not even adamantite stands a chance against me. Stand back now. Stand back. I need to take a nap. I love the subtle shades of Journey West here in this character. Phew, these old bones aren't what they used to be. They took a lot out of me. No time to waste, you four. The invincible is further in. Japan is the best sauerkraut? It is intestine casing, Angela, and knowing that as a small child, it took me much of my adulthood to get over that texture, and it took me much of my young adulthood. I'm glad to hear that, Eric. I'm glad to hear that you're excited, that your eagerness is up. It took me much of my young adulthood to get over the fact that eggs were baby chickens. In large part because I once opened an egg and a baby chicken fell out instead of a yolk, and that really fucked me up for a really long time. Well, this cake is ruined. I'm not eating that. Sausage. Heard that, Eric. I play lots of games, but this is the game that I've been able to find time in my, let's call it workday, Connor, to play. I've been playing, I did mention this Retro Bowl. I gave up on Chrono Trigger and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I just could not fucking take the gameplay loop anymore. I'm not proud of it, but I just could not anymore. And I'm playing, definitely playing, I think it's called Secret of Mana, Legend of Mana, something like that. The first one in that trilogy. I'm playing it. I was supposed to play it all day today, and the conversation was just too good to steal away. Yes, Roblox, I feel like is a brain rot. The effort that it required for me to figure out how to get Chrono back just made it just eventually, King Cloud, the plan is to move into the old PlayStation X, the original, to play those on emulator. So Wild Arms is definitely happening. I'm kind of waiting for a phone port for Legend of Dragoon and several of those other legendary JRPGs that I missed. I'm really waiting on. Squeenix has been promising us ports of those games for a decade, and I'm really waiting on them to reorganize their corporate headquarters and actually follow through on that. Yep, can't do it. Can't do it, Eric. I have not heard of Guardians of Crusade. I've never heard of that. But yeah, I spent the last 4 years playing every JRPG that I could get my hands on from the old school on the Switch library, and I haven't finished them all. Uh, it turns out I didn't like very many of them. You're Filipino, Connor? Heard that. Hey, that's great, Top G. You finished your night shift. This particular stream, Top G, is about standing in solidarity with my night shift guys, working until I'm physically exhausted. It may not be work to you, but Eric really likes that I'm playing and he likes the format that I'm using here. So it's work to me. It's effort put in. I'm doing my best to put on a little bit of a show. We're grinding and exploring, but I try to read these. Unscrupulous merchants keep breaking into the ancient ruins and stealing artifacts to sell, like weapons and armor. Thank you, Eric. All the images we've unearthed and all this site at this site show a gigantic ship. These are archaeologists. There has to be some grand discovery waiting in these ruins. I can feel it. Zelda is a game franchise I've never gelled with. I liked Link to the Past. I appreciate you, Eric. I also appreciate that you guys are keeping one another company. Let's put it that way. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know what other idiom that you're going on without me. That sounds rude. I appreciate you guys, and I do for you. That sounds cool. That sounds too cool not to buy. Now I got no money for armor, but Azul Rosas. Oh, you guys are talking a language I can't uh, speak. That's cool, Connor. I say that's cool because I'm just always happy to meet diverse people. Does that make sense? Okay, so long as you don't get me in trouble, King Cloud, because the algorithm thinks that I'm encouraging you guys to talk like that, I don't care how you talk, so long as nobody asks you to stop. If somebody asks you to stop, please be respectful. Did you guys see the Good Mythical Morning episode where the Filipino pop star was talking shit with the Filipino dude who works on their writing staff about them? That was really funny. And that's the only Filipino culture that I know. Heard that, Eric? That sounds like a fun problem to have, if you kind of catch my drift. It's cool that your mom caught you, Connor. I speak enough Spanish to recognize the azul there, to recognize some of the pigeon, but obviously I'm not going to get the other half of the pigeon. If I think the South is fake nice, I haven't seen Filipinos. I think is that the joke that they were doing, because they were talking shit about them, while they put stuff down on the table for them. So it was like talking shit about the service, like the service staff talking shit about the tourists. Yeah, Tagalog is a pidgin of Spanish and whatever language was there before the Spanish arrived. I do know that about Tagalog. Pigeon might not be the correct word. It might be I think pigeon is the word. Hey, take care, Angela. Thank you for hanging with us until as long as you could. It's very cool of you. I really appreciate it. Every second that you guys spend with me is a second I'm not alone. And that sounds depressing, but that is how I count the seconds. So I appreciate it. Thanks for being cool, King Cloud. Thanks for being cool, Connor. I won't say thank you for saying hello and goodbye forever into the future, but it's a behavior that I really want to. I appreciate you too, Eric. It's a behavior that I really want to positively reinforce. Asmongold looks like Michael Ackerfeld. That's funny, King Cloud. I'm sure I pronounced his name but wrong, but that's funny. I like you being here, Top G. I think I didn't finish the story that I was telling you. I'm doing these to stand in solidarity with my second and third shift guys. I worked second and I managed, in fact, second and third shift for my entire adulthood, between 18 and 33. And this stream is provided for by Mr. S. He he makes this stream happen for me financially. Um, there is a front and back row. I have Mr. S and Kyle are in the back row. I have the middle of my team in the back row, so that Nuestra, even in the front row with the white mage, is less likely to be attacked at all. And the Viking has a taunt, has an AoE taunt. So I'm just funneling everything up top to Alec. What did I just pick up? I gotta get better at actually reading what comes across my face. Just fuck this. Okay. Yep. Okay. Taunt is OP. Yeah. I say taunt because I played EverQuest back in the day. If that's not the right word, I don't know what it is. But yeah, my guy, Mr. S, he works second shift. He works late. So I do this stream, specifically this hour, this time block stream, to stand in solidarity with him, to give him something to listen to while he's at work. That's fucking awesome that you played EQ, King Cloud. We have a lot of similarities as far as the things that we touched on in interests. Fucking horrible. I learned to propriocept. I had to learn to propriocept to play EverQuest. This is my job, Eric. He works nights, and tonight he's off, so he's not in the chat. I hope he's not even listening. He'll text me after the stream to ask me what he missed. And tonight he hasn't really missed shit except for an absolute poppin' chat. But yeah, Mr. S pays for this stream. He's bought these games. He bought the controller. He bought the um, the tripod. Don't worry about it, Connor. So long as your life is provided for you and you participate in your household, don't worry about your job. Cleaning up your room for your mom uh, is more important at certain ages, certain stages of life. Whether he was telling the truth or not, I'm not speaking out of school. Um, Ghost Samurai was telling us earlier that he's 44 and lives with his mom to take care of his mom. So that's his job, is taking care of his mom. Whether that seems masculine to other, I don't have friends, your name. Whether that seems masculine and admirable to some people, it's admirable and masculine to me that he chooses to do that. No, I don't have friends. I have, I have, uh, I have you guys. That's right. I have you guys. Um, yeah, King Cloud, when people ask me if I have friends, the question I'm answering is in my immediate proximity. No, but I have you guys. I've been able to rely on you guys at an increasing rate lately, and it's a true honor. I hear that, Connor. You do you, man. So long as your life is good, you do you. There's no judgment here. No, I'm not on the run or anything like that. I don't know what SO stands for, so if I'm that, I don't know that I am. Oh, I do know what that stands for. No, I'm not that. I'm not a PDF. I've just had a really hard life. I figured it out. That's great, Connor. If you're provided for, you're provided for, man. Just participate in the life of your provider, and you're good. No, I'm not those things. I've just lived a hard life. Yeah, I came to my tent for religious reasons because the state of Ohio told me at the end of it a revenge eviction. Yeah, you're young, Connor. We can tell you're young. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about how you live your life right now. Just participate in your household. Help your mom. Clean up your room. Those things, the important things. Take your showers. Brush your teeth. Study at school. And this is for people under the age of 30. Like, do these things. Um, but I was brought into her life because I was helping care for her, much in the same way that I was saying, like caring for a woman. I know you are, Connor. I can tell. You don't need to say personal information. That's what I'm saying. Do the things that at your stage of your life are important, and what you do with your time doesn't matter. Nobody can criticize you for it because you do what's important for you. You see what I'm saying? And you don't want to share a bunch about your life. Yeah, if there were people, and if the subject matter had got to where I felt like, Connor, it's really uncomfortable for me to continue talking about this with you here, I would tell you. I'd be like, okay, we don't need to be talking about that. Connor's here, that kind of thing. I don't know what Project Zomboid is, Benjamin, but yeah, it's just a homie hangout. But as far as why I'm in this tent, I'm in this tent because I choose to be. I could have got a job, all of that, but I've always wanted to do exactly what I'm doing right now, and they say that if you really believe in your dreams and you really want to chase your dreams, you could have nothing but your dreams and sleep happy, and I haven't slept unhappy in months. The last time I slept unhappy was when I was determined to starve. Yeah, I heard that, Connor. Yeah, you don't want to, even if you're not actually, you don't want to talk about that because I don't want to encourage people that I can't silence to take an interest in you. I can't moderate the chat right now. I'm being honest with that, and just in case terrible shit happens, you're free to cycle in and out, and don't think it's because I'm encouraging it. Yeah, waking up with a clear head. I used to, Cloud, I used to put myself in the most stressful situations I could, stepping out on a limb for my coworkers, who weren't my coworkers, they were my subordinates. Stepping on a limb for them, fighting corporate for them, fighting my boss for them. Uh, uh, I used to put myself out on the most stressful places that I could, fight the most important fights that I could. Um, and now I'm just finding a different way to use that skill set, a way to make it matter. Because when I found myself trying to fight the I don't know, the Department of Labor of North Carolina at one point in my life, and they just did not care about serious violations of our constitutional rights, where I was working. I realized that, maybe it's more important to fight fights that you can win. And so the fighting the fight of curating, for example, the chat section in my lives, just hanging out and having a good time. That's a fight that I can win, and that's a skill set that I can get really good at. And I also just happen to really like video games, and there are a lot of video games I missed out on because I chose to work, or I chose to help my parents, or my parents didn't love me so they wouldn't buy them for me. I had to pick a lot of battles as a kid. And so I'm just trying to, on some level, I'm trying to infantilize. If my generation, our generation, is infantilizing, I'm trying to do it in a healthy way. I'm trying to experiment with what that might be. And I'm going to have to pee at some point, so I'm going to have to mute you guys. I'm going to have to mute myself for you guys. Connor, my family are what the word that we use it today is toxic. And I saw that you've been to South, not North Carolina. I think I'm going back the way I just came, aren't I? I don't remember whether I'm trying to go up or down. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I need to get lost down here anyway. These are just long fights. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, my family. I grew up with a very toxic family. My parents were extremely abusive. So I haven't spoken to anybody in my family who isn't my father since, just call it 2005. There's not really a sadness there. That you just get over that sadness. I miss my sisters, but my sisters have become the kind of adults that I don't want to associate with. It's okay. they did their best. Ah, it's all good, man. It's outside my control and it's outside your power to change. Yeah, if I wait any longer, I'm gonna hurt myself. I got a pee pee. I'll be right back. I moved, Connor. Yeah, my mother kicked me out when I turned 18. She kicked me out on my 18th birthday. And so I moved away to try to go to college. Okay. Yeah, I I had to make a pee piece. Sorry. Yeah, I muted you guys because I had to make a pee piece. Uh, and I didn't want you to listen to that sound because I find that sound embarrassing. Okay, so I've never actually told this story, but when I what I did, I took a different path. I knew that I was a different kind of person. Uh, very young, I knew that I was going to go on a religious path. Very young, so my goal was to hitchhike. My original plan was to hitchhike my way to the West Coast. There's a monastery. There's a Buddhist monastery in California that I had planned. My goal, my original idea was to hitchhike west to California and lock myself up in this Buddhist monastery until I got bored with that, which I knew wasn't going to take very long, so I never actually pursued that. And I went to university for 6 weeks, unless you count post secondary college up. I took college credits for my senior year of high school because they wouldn't let me graduate early. So I wanted to be in California. Yeah, I wanted to be in, well, not necessarily LA or even specifically California. I wanted to be at a Buddhist monastery. Give me 1 second, Connor, and I'll continue this story. The narrative of this game is what I'm gathered around. I'll give you a guided. How did I talk to this character? I'll give you a guided tour of the ship. Use that ladder when you want to disembark. When you want to come back aboard, stand directly below the ship and press the confirm button. Press the confirm button to red line the engines so that the ship can clear small mountains when you fly at them. Heave to a halt by pressing the cancel button when over land. You can steer from the helm. Yes, this looks very much like the inside of Setzer's ship. This is the vending corner where you can exchange gil for items and equipment. Cool. Oh, this is a much cooler airship than any of the two in the previous games. Yep, we don't need the fat chocobos, so we're good with that. But this is much cooler. This might even be, I didn't read any of that. Yeah, I'm near civilization, King Cloud. What matters now is that you obtain the Fang of Earth. It rests in the Cave of Shadows near north of Amur. Once you have it, return to Doga's Manor. There's something we still need to give you. It's up to you now. We'll meet again at Doga's, I'm certain. Unai left the party. And so they bail. They either like the voice or they hate it. That's funny. Um, hey Craig, what's up? Okay, so what did it say? Press X. It said press confirm and I can hop mountains. Are you fucking with me? Starting to think it's fucking with me. I'm on a Galaxy S24 Ultra. Well, that's cool. If people like when I do voices. Yeah, yeah, my stories. I'm a Shaggy Dog storyteller, Connor. So it takes me a while to finish stories. So that was my plan. So I knew I was a different kind of person. So I basically dropped out of high school. It's a very good phone, a very expensive phone. I basically dropped out of high school. I attended, but they wouldn't let me graduate early, so I didn't participate. I didn't turn in homework or tests if I didn't feel like it. So I did PSCO, is what it's called, post-secondary college up. I took college classes. Um, I took college classes for my senior year of high school, and I shouldn't go in this city. They're going to want to talk to me, which is going to fuck up this story. So I'm just going to into some combats. So I did that for my senior year of high school because I'm an autodidact, Connor. I'm very I'm obsessive about the control over my education. I grew up in a really abusive religious household, and so I need control over what information I bring into my brain. It's a thing I need, and not everybody else needs it, but it's made me useful to myself. It's made me useful to other people in the past. And so I did that. I graduated with like a 2.3 or something like that. The state of Ohio made an exception for my GPA to let me to let me do PSCO because I only had one credit left. Uh, I only needed one credit to graduate high school, and they didn't want me in the building just sitting around doing nothing. And that's what I was going to do. I was going to make them suffer my presence. So they let me do PSCO for the last year. Anyway, I got kicked out on my birthday. My birthday is July 1st. That was after I graduated, but before I started university. I had because I had the second highest GPA in my school, small bumfuck Ohio town of 98 graduating people. There were 100 graduating in my class, and two of them were dead. So I had the second highest ACT in my school, and I took the ACT before senior year. I actually took it at the conclusion of junior year just to see what would happen. And what happened is that Ohio Northern and Wright State offered me full ride academic scholarships. I'm not sorry they died. The one was an asshole, and the other was a bitch. They both bullied me, so God intervened. Anyway, um, I I got full ride scholarships to ONU to go to seminary, and was accepted into the College of Psychology at Wright State. Um, I'm actually not joking about that, King Club. But I was accepted. I was accepted full ride, but not room and board. They didn't offer me housing. So I was going to be homeless, and I had a friend who decided that the one died in a car accident, and the other OD'd on morphine. I think it was morphine. He OD'd on something that he shouldn't have been doing in high school. Um, I had a friend who was going to Wright State. Really, she was my best friend, but friend who was going to Wright State too didn't know what she wanted to do with her major, but she said that she was going to do IT, so they were going to give her a full ride, and she didn't. She didn't want to live on campus for whatever reason. She wanted to get an apartment, and she had convinced her friend from Missouri to move to Dayton with her and get an apartment. So her and Kat were going to get this apartment, and I was homeless. So I just went with along with what Megan wanted to do because I didn't care. I didn't fucking care. What does it matter? My girlfriend has just broke up with me. I was kicked out on my birthday. Yada yada. What do I care? And so I went with them, got this apartment, got a full-time job, got the apartment because neither of them wanted to work. Ket and eventually ran off after we got this 3-bedroom apartment in downtown Dayton. Not downtown, but on Riverside, Dayton. 2 blocks down from the most violent part of that town. Ket decides she's going to join the military, so she off and fucking leaves. And then Megan refused to get a job. So I've got this 60-hour-a-week job. I said full-time, but I'm working 60 hours a week to keep the job over my head, so I made it through 6 weeks of school. I had a lot of other reasons that I objected to the classes that they put me in. I could have made it work, but I chose to just work and keep a roof over Megan's head while she was going to school. And then she dropped out, so I moved us back in with my dad, and she started cheating on me. So I moved to North Carolina with my dad, and that's how I got out of Ohio the first time. Some real bullshit that I've put myself through. I wouldn't say that's happened to me, but my life has been a roller coaster of dumb bullshit that just doesn't make sense. I don't like college football. I don't like the game. Ohio, I think that's Virginia that's for lovers. King Cloud. I don't. Ohio used to call itself First in Flight, I think, or maybe the birthplace of flight. And so one thing that this channel isn't about, just for the record, one thing this channel isn't about is me sitting around and telling sob stories about how hard my that Hawthorne Heights song. Hawthorne Heights is a suburb of Dayton, where I lived while I was the whole right story state thing. So I should know that, but I hate that fucking band, Cloud. So that's funny. They were they had just they had just released that first record my freshman year of college. You've been to South Carolina. I remember you saying that, Connor. Yes. We were forced to listen to it, and so I legitimately don't remember it. I hated that fucking song. I'm not telling you don't have to tell me. I was just telling you I remember you saying it, Connor. I remember. Did you like it in South Carolina? You said you were over Texas way. The song is called Ohio is for Lovers. It's by a band called Hawthorne Heights. They were basically they were the straw that broke the emo back. Heard that, King Cloud. I mostly listen to metal. I don't listen to. I don't tell people I listen to much more than that. I've been trying to get into 70s prog because all the bands I listen to like 70s prog, but none of the songs stick to my brain. They all sound like the same song to me, which is what it is. Yeah, rap. Yeah, you listen to you. Well, you got the Opeth joke, so of course you listen to rap, to metal. Try some real trash? Probably not, man. But you're allowed to like rap, Connor. I grew up when it was not okay for people who looked like me to like uh, rap. But now that I've told that story, it's time to go in here. I'm glad that you like pop too, buddy. I didn't realize that was a comma. What dis? You have reached the village of Falgabard, where those who seek to master the arts of the dark blade come to train. Ooh. Old Nick. I know old Greg. I'm old Greg. A dark blade can only be wielded by one who has overcome the fear within their own soul. Dark blades are the only ones who can say, or who can, dark knights are the only ones who can use them. If you use the Christmas album, click track. I didn't catch all of those words. If you see the Christmas album, click that. Old Nick, Christmas album, black metal, done too many drugs. Heard that. That sounds like what it would be like if they ever let me into a record studio, actually. Like if you were just to describe what that would sound like. I have said it before. There are times when it's appropriate. Heard that, King Cloud. I'll try to remember. Old Nick. Okay. So they want me to make somebody a Dark Knight at some point during this. I most certainly don't say it every day. You like Sabrina Carpenter? That's great. Played drums. That's cool. I was trying to learn bass the last few years. I don't know her music, but I've heard her name, buddy. He'll appreciate the heel turn when I tell him. He'll appreciate it. Yeah, I've heard Sabrina Carpenter's name. I don't know what her voice sounds like. I'm a little bit too old for that. It's a little bit inappropriate for somebody my age to be listening to that. Other people might disagree. That's my opinion, so I don't do it. It's a lot of golden swords. Maybe I don't need any of those. I don't remember how much money I do need. Maybe I don't need 5 thunder spears or 7. I'm 38, Connor. Yeah, Eminem was becoming a thing when I was in middle school. I believe it, your name. Inappropriate for you to be here, but hey, what the hell? I can't do anything about it now. Okay, so we've got a Dark Knight in the party. I hope Dark Knights do AoE abilities. No one knows where it's hidden. Heard that. What's your story? Long before our time, there was a class of warrior trained to use any weapon, including blades holy and accursed. They called themselves ninja. Yeah, Cloud, yeah, sort of. Concealed carry is a real thing. Some monsters will divide and multiply if you attack. Oh, that's a woman. Some monsters will divide and multiply if you attack them with conventional weapons. Best to take a dark blade with you. That's what they say, Daniel. What? Only those proficient with dark blades will have a chance at surviving in the Caves of Shadows. Many have gone north to Vamor to train. None have returned. Nothing but a dark blade can defeat the monsters. You should give up now. Are you telling me I need 4 Dark Knights for this cave, or is one? Well, they just gave me a Thorian hammer. Dark Knights can't use those. Don't love that we're Don't love that we're in a back attack. As soon as I get rid of my damn thief. Okay. New dungeon, and it is an AoE guy. 24, heard that. I'd say I'm pretty good at this game. I wouldn't say I'm the best ever. I'm still learning it very much. I don't know this game. Like, there are people who know this game inside and out. I'm still learning it. But I haven't wiped tonight. That's a pretty big deal, I would say, as far as like making the argument that I'm good at it. God damn, this is taking forever. Die! Alright, the yawning is beginning to happen. Just for those who are keeping track of what time it is and how long I've been doing this. That means we're about an hour and a half in, which means it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock even. So within the next hour, I am going to be. You're doing just fine, Eric. Heard that. Yeah, Connor, I rage quit pretty fast too. Uh, More often than we should talk about your name. It's inappropriate for the context of what we're doing. It's 10 p.m. where you ams. Heard that, Connor. Yeah, no sleep. Yeah, King, you joke about that. You may not even be joking. But the one going into a boss and being one shot with an AoE ability is some bullshit that did happen way too often back then in games. Back now in games, if you like. That shit happened. I'm playing Final Fantasy VII yesterday. The Eris cutscene happens. You watch that happen. You go in to fight the fucking uh, uh, whatever that damn thing is called, Genova clone, right? And it fucking one shots me. God damn it! You're gonna make me watch this again? That was a real thing back then, man. The punitive. Oh, you've been grinding for 3 hours. I hope you queued up a loss in your evening. A punitive wipe. The punitive wipe thing was real. Just, oh, you've been playing for 3 hours? Prepare to wipe for no reason. 6 Marlboro. Have fun, dickhead. Oh no, you're never gonna succeed at a run. That shit happened so often back then. Playing the original Final Fantasy on NES, like playing on NES hardware, is just some bullshit. And I'm not on camera right now, so you guys, Connor, don't smoke. Cigarettes are bad, but I'm gonna have a cigarette. I know they're bad for me, but I want one. And I'm not seeing the Blade Blitz do particularly lots of damage. I just have to make it very clear for YouTube and their sponsors and their censors that I am absolutely, I don't think you're stupid, Connor, my man. But I used to think that cigarette smoke smelled really good when I was a little boy. So I used to steal my dad's cigarettes, and here we are. Vapes are bad, but I do that too. So what I am not doing for the future, anybody in the future who might be concerned, is advocating smoking when I smoke. I do not advocate it. I should stop, but I have no plan. Just gonna tell you right now. Can't stop, won't stop on some level. Between you and me, Cloud, I prefer five where you actually have to earn the job skills. And I like being able to equip 2 jobs. I prefer that. I prefer that setup. I like the setup in Final Fantasy Tactics, but I don't think they built on 5 enough for it to be a unique job system. That is how many people have died, Connor. Don't start. It's bad. It's bad for you. It stinks. It makes your breath taste bad. It makes your teeth rot in your head, and it will stop your heart. Don't do it. But thanks for the camaraderie. Uh, I saw your name. I will remember it one day. I'm really struggling with remembering names right now. It's not you guys, it's me. Started with a W, I know that. It wasn't Wyatt. I don't know why I have Wyatt in my head. Hey, Will. I was just thinking about you, man. How you doing? It's good to see you, buddy. Like, I wish that White Mage in Final Fantasy III had Pray. I wish I could just set it and forget it. And it's so funny now as an adult playing 6 and having that little section with Ganon who has Prey and people thinking that he's so overpowered. That's probably why he wasn't a permanent party member. Because a free AoE heal, at least for dungeon grinding, is low-key unfair. It's just OP. It's totally not balanced if I'm using Spiff and Brits idiom. William is back, Connor. Okay, I don't know if they're doing particularly good damage, the Dark Knights, but that does look cool. I appreciate you checking back in to let me know you had a good time, Will. That means it was still fresh in your mind, and that means the loss didn't hurt so bad you blamed me for it. Was I worried about that? People are fucking superstitious, bro. Did I just explore this whole area? Glad you had a good time, man. What are you guys talking about? People have gone in here and never come back. We were cheering for the Raiders, Connor. I think that was Connor. I didn't see your name. I saw what you asked. It fades away for me, and I'm afraid to touch the screen. People are superstitious. I'm one of those people. Connor roots on the Niners. Oh, are you the same Connor, buddy, who was rooting on the Niners? I didn't think so, but maybe. Heard that, buddy. Hey, Matthew. You're watching the game right now. Heard that. I'm confused about this cave. Did they just tell me to go down in this cave because it had Dark Knight swords? And they're like, you're never going to finish the place north of here without Dark Knight swords, but I thought I got to the place north of here. I thought I came here by hopping the mountains to the south of here. Or hopping the mountains south to arrive here. Yeah, it's approaching bedtime for me. I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble keeping track of what I'm doing, and I'm gonna lose this fight like an idiot. Heard that, Eric. There we go. Eric Widman. That's the W. E-W. Eric. Eric. Like the red. I read that sentence very differently, and I was like, William language. Yep. Figured somebody else read it that way too. I hope you understand that when I forget your names, it's not that I don't love you, it's that I've never had to remember this many names in a day in my entire life. So, a good problem for me, in my opinion, to have. Good practice, good learning. It's really good to be here. YouTube, yeah, YouTube has taught me a lot. Heard that. Did you end up getting your shrimp lo mein? Is that what it was, William? Yeah, Eric, you and Connor. And remembering real names when you're also trying to pull out usernames is it's a different skill set. I find it difficult, but I'll learn. I have a history of dementia. My family has a history of dementia and Alzheimer's. So it's good. Yeah, it's good to practice, keep the brain sharp. Heard that, Connor. Shrimp and broccoli, heard that. Did you go noodles or rice, Will? I haven't had Chinese in over a year. The wormies? They're called Haniel. I can't see those letters. Haniel. 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 However you want to pronounce that. I'll give you the floor on that. Yeah, I understood what you meant after a second. I had to think about it. Mac and cheese? Heard that, Connor. They're called Haniel. I don't know what that means or what where they come from in folklore. I've never heard of that word before. But somebody was talking about how this game has like a horror movie vibe about it. And it very much has a Cthulhu vibe going on in the dungeons that we've been exploring. Haniel is from Hebrew? Is that what you said? They are wormies. I'm okay with this. From now on, they are wormies. I haven't been doing a very good job of spider trolls. I can see that. They call them Deathclaw, but spider troll is better. Same as today, Will. I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do the fountain. I might I assumed that Heb is Hebrew, Connor, but now I'm thinking I was wrong. I might do the I might do the fountain for less time just to give myself a rest day. But the plan is the same. Spider goblins. I might um I might since the live I'm sorry, since the chat I gotta talk to these people again. What? I didn't catch that one. I'll see it next time. I don't know why I just did that cave. And I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to get down there. Damn it. Damn it. I'm too tired for this. You and your puzzles, Final Fantasy 3. This one is much more intense and it's fine shit than 2 was. Coffee break. Heard that, Eric? That's a fire name, Spider Goblin. Heb means everything is better. It's a store in Texas. Heard that. I'm not a breakfast person. Not really. I like breakfast foods, but I tend to not eat first thing in the morning. It tends to take me a few hours to feel like I've earned eating. It's just something I'm trying to get over, but it's taking time. What the fuck? I don't know, Eric. I'm trying to find this place Amur, Amur, and thought it was in that cave, and I thought wrong. Eggs are delicious. I arrived here through this little mountain pass. I'm getting there, Connor. It's gonna be soon. Here, what if I do this? Have I been there before by accident? Uh, gnomish bread. Yeah, it's getting to be about bedtime. Amur. What the fuck? Why were they telling me? That's not the button I meant to hit. So humid. It's cooled down really nicely here. Yeah, now I know where I'm going. I thought that town was Amur, but I guess in order to beat Amur, it's lucky that I went there. I guess in order to go to the or to beat the place that I'm trying to get to, I have to have the weapons. I am unlikely to ever live in Las Vegas. I bet Will would love it. 100, yeah, it's been real hot in the desert. I've had people come through from Arizona telling me about over 100-degree temperatures. I'm listening to you, Eric. I don't think this is going to work. Huh. This game is so different than the ones before. Whoop! I could have a Sega emulator. I know that sounded the way it sounded. Yeah, Texas. I consider Texas the desert. It's not desert climate everywhere. Houston is the Gulf, right? I know I'm wrong to say desert when I'm talking about Texas. It's not all like that. He is the 49ers fan you were rooting against earlier. Will, that's the same Connor. That's not the one. Damn it. The artillery is providing cover. Holy shit. My ship fights back. Oh, uh, for those of you asking what game I might play tomorrow, what I'm going to do, son of a bitch, I did it again. I'm probably going to end up playing Loop Hero for a bunch of the day. I have never played Shining Force. I've heard fanboys love it. Now, can I put this down here? Can I get off of this thing here? No shit, what a badass airship that is. I should have saved, but this is the Cave of Shadows. I have come here from Falgabard to further my training. Yeah, Connor. The fall of Shining Force 3. Heard that, Eric? Be careful of the monsters in this cave. They multiplied when attacked with normal swords. The game's going awesome, Will. I finally figured out where the hell the game wants me to go. I spent the 3 hours I played yesterday not knowing where I was supposed to go for the next narrative gate, and it was really getting to me. So I figured out what the game wants me doing. And I figured out how to kill these things, which is nice. What do you got for snake arm over here? I hear you, Eric. I'm willing to try it. You don't have to push real hard. I've been wanting to go through and play all these old games. So if you like the Shining Force franchise, that could be something that I do because I'm missing. I hear you, bud. I kind of knew what you meant. I'm missing a few days. Don't have games associated with them. He thought he had mastered the Dark Blade, but perhaps it was fate that brought us together. Here, take this sword. The Kotetsu. Neat. Kyle, you get to dual wield badass swords. Does that make you guys more powerful dual wielding them? Well, we're trying to save the world is sort of the object of the game, Will. Um, Basically, the lore is that, hey, it's all good, Will. Basically, the lore is that in the time before time, well, let's start this over. There are these 4 elemental crystals, and they grant their power to heroes of either light or darkness, depending on which of those 2 forces is out of balance. And in the time, in the time before history, the light had gotten out of balance. In the first Final Fantasy, darkness was out of balance. You're the hero of light. Heroes of light, you go and you save the world from darkness. In Final Fantasy 2, that's not the case. Well, in Final Fantasy 3, in the time before time, there were heroes of darkness who went out and fought a villain, a bad guy of light. He had found a way to manipulate the light in such a way that he had made himself ultra powerful, and he had taken over the world. And so the heroes of dark, they took him out and they set the world to balance. And now, what the person that was following us around earlier is one of the old heroes of dark, Unai. When they succeeded, the crystals gave them, the 4 of them, special powers. I think there might have actually only been 3 of them, but gave them special powers. Unai, it gave power over the dream world, like the green dragon, if you're familiar with World of Warcraft lore. Alex Straza, I think. That's probably wrong. Anyway, moving on. Um, Gave the one the power over the dream. We just figured out a way to wake up the one who was in the dream. Um, the other person, I'm a Coke guy, but I like Mountain Dew when we're talking cola. The other person that they went back to and told us that we have to go talk to was also a hero of dark. They're just old and senile now and know a bunch of things. The third one was given some other gift that we're trying to find or something. There might have only been 3 of them. But the fourth of the heroes of darkness was given the gift of mortality, and he went insane and he went on a quest to find the source of the darkness, and now he is trying to destroy the world. So we're trying to find the crystals to get the power of light so we can restore balance to the world. That's what the objective of this game ultimately is. Will. It's a little bit of a hibbity bibbity lobbity lobbity yada yada Japanese RPG D&D bullshit, but it's actually pretty compelling when you're going through it. Mr. Pibb is your move, Connor? Heard that. I never was a fan of the Dr. Peppers or their knockoffs. I think it's a really cool story. Yeah, it's the Final Fantasy made this story, I wouldn't say cliche, I would say it made it standard in in uh fantasy video game lore. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. And it was innovative because it was basically the second console RPG ever made. Final Fantasy the first was. I would prefer a blizzard, William, to an ice cream cone. I like for there to be stuff in my ice cream, in other words. That's cool, Eric. So the same but different. Hey, Trav. It's great to see you around, man. Mr. S! He lives! That's a joke that's inappropriate to make tonight. But what's up, Mr. S? Glad to see you in the chat, man. It makes my nights. It really does make my nights. The relaxy streams, it makes my nights to see all my friends gather together. White chocolate syrup and his ice cream. I don't, but that's funny, Eric. I'm doing great, chat. I'm doing great, Mr. S. Talking to myself if I say I'm doing great, Shags. It's awesome to see you here, man. Chocolate M&M Blizzard. Damn it, Will. You're gonna have me walking down to Dairy Queen in the next couple of days because they got 2 chili cheese conies for $5 too. I haven't had ice cream, dudes. I haven't had ice cream, real ice cream, since probably 2018. Will had his Chinese and now he's thinking about ice cream. It made me laugh, Eric. Hot dog or cheeseburger is hard to answer. It depends on the day, Will. If I've got access to coleslaw, that doesn't make it easier. You could put chili and coleslaw on both, and mustard on both. That's hard for me, man. Strawberry ice cream. Ooh, strawberry with little chocolate bits is hard to find. You almost have to go to like, what's that place called? Cold Stone? You almost have to go to some place like Cold Stone to get that. Cookies over Texas? Is Cookies over Texas? It's a brand, isn't it, Connor? Oh, it's a flavor of ice cream. Heard that, buddy. Heb. You told me Heb is a spot in Texas, and that means that everything's better because that's their catchphrase. I'm thinking. Oh, I know somebody who might know what Heb is. Mr. S, do you know what Heb is? Heb? Taco ice cream cookie, William? I haven't been in a Cold Stone since 2015. I can date these things because I remember the women I did them with. It is Heb, icy. It's not actually pronounced. Hey, there's my guy, Mr. Esnos. He can confirm Heb exists. That made me very happy. Lasagna with chicken, steak, and pepperoni. Eric, you are a decadent man. They call it the Heb. That's awesome. I love learning about local stuff like that. Like I guess Bucky's is more national now, but it used to be local like that. Taco. What's in it, Will? What's in it? Connor's like around my neck of the woods and nobody's that lame. I'm not that adventurous with my dairy products. Like it took me a while to try taco soup. Taco pizza is good though. You got to get it from the right spot, but a taco pizza can be really good. You got to put the lettuce on after it goes in the oven. Me too, Eric. I also wish they put hash browns and breakfast burritos and rice. I see the rice. That's a little bit too many carbs. But I do also wish the hash browns and rice and breakfast burritos. I would eat more breakfast burritos. And you love Bucky's? I've never been to a Bucky's. No more food talk. Yeah, no more food talk. It's just cruel. I'm gonna nosh the fuck out of that bag of chips later, though. I hear you, Will. So it's probably got like nacho seasoning in the waffle cone. That's probably good. Spicy, spicy ice cream is a thing that got real popular. It was becoming real popular in 2019. I used to work for an ice cream parlor. Can you guys tell that my ice cream data is about is about 7 years outdated? I haven't worked in ice cream in a long time. Made it like that in the Navy with seasoning, taco seasoning in the waffle, or the burritos with rice. You mean? Heard that. Salsa and sausage. Yum. I love salsa and salsicha. Salsa and sausage is so good together. Giant in Philadelphia. They like spicy. They like their spicy ice cream in Philadelphia, huh? Heard that, Connor. Middle school. Forgive my very off-color language. My favorite meat is brisket. Smoked brisket, Eric. It's the water ice. What do you mean the water ice? Like shaved ice? Oh, water ice is a thing. I've had ice water. No, William, I've never had that. From Texas, Connor, I'm sure you have higher opinions. You have a much more refined palate of brisket than what I do. But brisket is my favorite cut of meat, easily. Um, Wendy's used to have a brisket barbecue burger where they had shaved brisket barbecue on top of, not maybe not shaved, but pulled brisket barbecue on top of a burger. Oh my God. I almost literally ate myself out of house and home on those. I would have chosen those over rent back when that back in the day. Smoked sausage, Will. I gotta find my headphone case at some point because my headphones have died, but I don't know what I did with it. So I'll get around to that. I literally don't know where I put it. It's probably still in my britches. Burger King is a brisket Whopper right now. I know where there's a Burger King in walking distance from me. Give me just a second on this experience screen. I gotta find my headphones uh, charger, or I'm gonna freak out. Because I can't lose that. I cannot lose my earbuds, my headphones. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna freak out in a second. Just keep it together, Vinny. Don't call me Vinny. Please don't call me Vinny. Call me Vinny is a callback, I suppose. I don't know how I do this. Did I put it in my head in here? No, because I have the left one out of my ear. So where is it? The light in my tent is not very bright. Oh, and now it's dead. Great. Okay. Uh, Moving on. Fuck. Now I gotta change the batteries in my damn light. Okay, sorry guys. The last 20 minutes of this stream is gonna be a shit show. Then I gotta find this stuff. I gotta change the batteries here, or I won't ever be able to see. So, thank you for bearing with me. I appreciate you guys. It is approaching the end of the show, though. Um, Shepherd's pie is incredible. I've never had a real shepherd's pie with lamb. But if you do it right, my ex-girlfriend, my favorite girlfriend, and I, one of our favorite things to do together, pair bonding wise, was cook. We used to cook together, and we developed together a shepherd's pie recipe using chorizo meat and Mexican ground sausage. That might be what chorizo is, but using different kinds of Mexican spiced and ground sausage in the shepherd's pie, and it was fucking incredible. Oh, damn it. Batteries are a pain in the ass. Okay. Lamp on. I had to have taken my earbuds out. The left one is. I had to have had the case here in the tent. The left one is not in my ear. So, where, oh, where has my earbud case gone? Oh, where can you be? I'll give up on you in 30 seconds and we'll move on with my life. I'll just be annoyed. And then when this earbud dies, that will be the end because well, I guess I'll just turn the sound down. Okay. Make sure I'm not sitting on it because that's starting to hurt my ass. Lululu. Okay. Counting down. I'm going to give up on it in just a second. Promise. Had to have to have had them in the tent because I don't have the left one in my ear. So why would I have just taken it out of my head? I wouldn't have. Okay, giving up on it right now. T minus now. Ah. So that was that room. Turn my flashlight back off. Okay. But yeah, shepherd's pie is awesome. Did the chat take the opportunity while I was away from the screen to break finally? Alright, well if the chat is broken, that's gonna truncate this video. Again, not fishing for comments, whatever, not fishing for chats. How have I lost this? It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to find it at some point. We'll make it work. Oops. I'm confused by this dungeon. I'm confused where they want me to be going, what they want to be happening. But if I'm accidentally walking the wrong way out of the dungeon, and thank you guys for those likes. If I'm accidentally walking the wrong way out of the dungeon and the chat is ended, the chat's broken, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call it. It has been a true joy talking to you guys tonight, hanging out with you guys, sharing this game. The first and the second one, what I was saying constantly is I love this game. This is a game that I have loved for years. This is a game that I have had a little bit of antipathy for years. So getting to share it and fall in love with it with you guys, fall in love with it for the first time with you guys, has been a real blessing, a real joy. I tell the story from time to time, but I have younger siblings, and my little brother used to play these games with me. And so getting to just share the community of, I know it's a single player game, but even getting to watch you guys just talk to yourselves, it has nothing to do, or talk among yourselves, it has nothing to do with me, is just a real joy. I talk about it all the time on the fountain, but I like to sit in public and eavesdrop on conversations. And so you guys, they talk about like bringing Muhammad to the mountain or the mountain to Muhammad. And so you guys bring in the conversations for me to eavesdrop on with permission so that I'm not a creep or whatever. It's just it's a unique experience in my life, and I couldn't be more grateful for it. And I really do think I'm backtracking all the way out. But when we get back to the bottom next time, it will be easier. Maybe I should heal Mr. S just straight up. Also, Mr. S is not the bottom of the party anymore. Kyle is the bottom of the party. Good job, boys. Good job, boys. Was I just coming down here for a weapon or an item? Was that all that was? I'm confused. I'm doing a lot of talking to you guys and a lot of being very stoned and tired, so I really do not know what the hell I just did. Going out of the bottom all the way to as far as it would let me go down there. Ouch! Why? That hasn't happened in a very long time. I had to say something about how he wasn't the bottom of the party anymore, didn't I? Please don't kill both of those. Of course. Well done, Kyle. Kyle was so excited to be the one who wasn't dead at the end of the party, he had to just jump in front of Noistra and make it happen. Sorry, Mr. S. That hasn't happened in a really long time. Okay, so I don't know why I came in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna thank you guys so much. You're like when people talk about blessings, you are a blessing on my life. I've never experienced anything like this last week, 2 weeks. Um, just unbelievable gratitude is what I experienced. Sometimes I haven't had to today, but over the last 2 weeks, I've just had to stop, and I will probably now that I'm turning my camera off or turning my phone off, just stop and cry. Such sincere gratitude. I've prayed for a community of people to just let me be a part of them for my whole life, and so that this community of people have rallied around me is just awesome. Thank you guys so much. Um, if you can jump in the comments for me, and you've met them now, you've hung out with both of them now, but this program is brought to you by Mr. S, and if you could just hit him with a thank you and a comment sometime, it would mean a lot to me, and I'm sure it would mean a lot to him. Thank you. Have a good night, guys. You'll hear from me in the morning, or whenever. Have a good whenever, and you'll hear from me whenever.